Thanks for joining us for another crowdfunding conniption. Today we're looking at Damask from Radical 8 Games.
And as always, we want you to be aware that our crowdfunded videos are sponsored in part by our own Kickstarter backers, as well as by the creators of this game. Hey gang, and thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows. Today we're looking at Damask from Radical 8 Games. It's from designer Barbara Burfoot.
This is a 1 to 4 player pattern building set collection game that takes about 45 minutes to play. Now we're not going to be sharing any opinions in this video, but we do want to give you a run through of what the game looks like and how it's played so that you can make an informed decision when it comes to backing the game.
To set up the game, place the cubes in the spinning wheel and place the discs on A or B for your player count.
Set the fashion board with 3 patterns and colors, and then reveal 6 damasks next to the damask board.
Give each player their mount, coins, and everyone will draft a starting damask, and then you're ready to begin.
On your turn, you will either take a damask or you will take silk cubes from the spinning wheel.
To take cubes, you will select a starting cube, and then moving either clockwise or counterclockwise, keep taking cubes until you have 2 of the same color. The wheel is then rotated 1 space per cube taken.
Cubes will be placed on your damasks in order to complete them, and any leftover will go onto your overstock board.
These cubes are available for other players to take 1 color from you, but you'll get to receive a guild token in exchange.
At the end of your turn, you may mount a completed damask and gain a coin. Additional coins are awarded for matching the colors and pattern of your most recently completed damask.
So here, Sara was awarded 1 bonus coin for matching the pink and 1 for the pattern.
Players also check if the damask was in fashion for the season. Here, the pattern matched, so the player is awarded a guild token.
Guild tokens can be used in place of silk cubes, to refresh the damask supply, to ignore attacks, or to mount an additional damask on your turn.
Play continues until the spinning wheel reaches the ornate space with a disc. If the tax symbol is shown, all players must pay 1 coin for each different color on their overstock board, and the next fashion season begins.
At the end of 3 seasons, the players tally their scores, and the player with the most coins wins. In Damask, you take on the role of an artisan who is trying to create and weave the most fashionable damasks in your community.
At the beginning of the game, you'll draft one of the available pattern cards that you'll be using in the course of the game, and you're going to try to fulfill the requirements shown on that card by collecting those cubes, the silk cubes from the spinning wheel. When you draft tokens from the spinning wheel, you'll collect them until you hit a matching colored cube, and then you'll add all those to your board, and then the board will spin to show how many cubes you've taken, and it's kind of a nifty feature in the way that the cubes all kind of stack together and slide, and then once enough players have taken enough cubes from the spinning board, then you'll reach one of those marker locations which will trigger some of the events that happen in the game.
Yeah, and those may be, maybe you just refill the empty spaces in the spinning wheel, or you may have to do the action that's on the disc located at that spot. So some of those actions are moving the disc to another side, and there's different discs for your player counts, and then some of them will have the side that is pay the tax. So the tax is based off of how many cubes you have on your overstock board. Those happen to be available to other players. You do get a guild token if somebody ends up taking some of your leftover silk.
Those guild tokens can be very handy in the game because they can allow you to do things like if your token pattern matches the pattern on the card in front of you, then it gives you basically a wild silk color that you can play. Some of them will also just feature silk colors, and so as you're able to kind of rack those up over the course of the game, you'll get certain cards that will come out and I already have 4 of these tokens ready to go. I don't even need to draft tokens. It kind of gives you a little power boost as you go throughout the course of the game.
Yes, and as you're trying to build those silk damasks, you are only allowed to have 3 in front of you that you're working on at a time. So using those guild tokens to maybe complete 2 on one turn may be helpful if you're running behind, or if it's you have ones that match the fashion season that you want to try and complete before the season's over. So you can spend your fashion or your guild tokens if you need to. Otherwise, if you save them, they're worth 3 of them are worth a coin at the end of the game.
The game does seem to be pretty balanced as far as the different strategies that you could employ in the game. It's possible to just finish a pattern as quickly as you can, regardless of whether it matches the fashion season or what's in your stack, just to get coins as quickly as you possibly can in the game. Or you can also take the route of being a little more strategic in the tokens that you select and taking your time to finish those patterns to get the higher point values. It gives you some options as you play the game.
Yeah, and there are bonuses at the end of the game when you're calculating who has the most coins. There's a 3 coin bonus if you have all 4 of the different Damask patterns, and if you have all 6 of the different silk colors in your mount at the end of the game.
You'll want to be sure to check out the Damask Kickstarter campaign to see what additional elements and game components and upgrades are available in the campaign. Obviously, everything that we were looking at in our video today was prototype, so some of the art and other things are subject to change. But if this looks like the type of game that you'd be interested in, definitely check it out on Kickstarter now. And then, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching our videos. Be sure to like, subscribe, and send us your comments and questions so that we can answer them as you try to make a decision about checking this out on Kickstarter. Hope it is. Could be on GameFound. You never know. 2 to 4 player pattern building set color.
1 to 4.
1 to 4 player. You'll begin collecting those color silk cubes in order to add and fulfill